Okay, moving forward. Now we're going to check on the Albano Waite and just see if these are as described. Now you have to be careful when you're buying the Albano Waite because they did make a duplicate one. So be aware when you're buying them that you see the box and that it does not have a SKU number on the bottom of it. If it's a SKU, then it's a duplicate. Then it's not an original from 1968. So here we have it in here, and he wrapped it very nicely to make sure if it rained or something, it's not going to get wet, which is good. Glad that he does that. And, okay, so here we have the box. This is an original box. He also sent it in another baggie, so very nicely done. And the box was taped on this side, but actually that box looks in really good condition since it's from 1968. So we're going to open it up. Here we go, and let's see what we have. All right, there now. What happened with this one? Here's my original, and here's this one. You can see what's wrong with it. Okay. The paper seems to be fine. But yet, no. This is they're misprinted. Okay, they're printed off center. And I want to see their well, I guess when you cut it down, they're okay. But let's see something. I'm looking at the book to see. Yeah, these were misprinted. You can see this one, it's got a lot more edging here than it does on here. Not all of them are like that. Some are printed okay. The color looks right. The backs of them are good. Yeah, I think these were around for a long time because it's a misprint. But the paper's right. The color is right. The paper's right. So, what happened to this card? Yeah, I think this deck was a reject deck. Now, some of them are printed right, but some of them have a misstrike. See, this one is printed right. It's in the center. This is not. But they really look like new, except there's one card that's got kind of a strange thing on it. So I'm going to go through these, like this one. I don't know what happened. They got something on the card there. So I think this deck from the printer was a reject. But yeah, it's the right card stock. It is the right box. Okay. How much were these originally? $6. Okay. So I think overall, I think I'll go ahead and keep this deck. I'm going to cut them down anyway because that's just me. I like them cut down. So yeah. I don't care if it's a little skewed, but on the back of my cards, I don't know, you can't see. They're very, some of them are very yellowed with age. A bit of a, yeah, these are much cleaner because it was a reject deck. But their reject is now my treasure. So I'm happy to have this second deck. And I'm just going to go ahead and enjoy these. I'm going to go through and make sure that the rest of them are okay. Because I know this deck. And I wanted to have a second one. You know, I wanted to have a second one. Because this is my favorite deck. And yeah, the rest of it is fine. The printing is fine on it. I love this deck because their printing was so bright and brilliant on it, and I just love the feel of this cardstock. But like I said, I am going to wind up cutting them down. So I don't so much care that they were printed off center. I'm fine with that. But the rest of the deck, everything looks to be good. But I am going to write and tell him that this was a misprint deck. Okay. Yeah, look at that one. It got printed so off center. And some of them are printed right, you know, but some are so printed, they were printed off center. So this deck is is a bit skewed. But I just want to go through and make sure the cards are okay, the rest of them, the way it is, which they look to be quite fine. And since I cut them down anyway, I'm quite fine with that, because now I have a deck that's very clean. So yeah, I'm quite fine with my purchase, as long as we don't have something else that went really skewed on this. But it is a very clean deck. Yeah. Yep, overall, very nice. Very nice. He may not have even saw that or recognized it, you know. But yeah, I'm quite fine with it being off-center, the printing in the back. But I am going to tell him, do you know this was a misprint deck? What is that? Oh, they drug in something from outside. So anyway, on that note, I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to continue to play with my wigs. And but I do like this. I've got to pull this out a little bit more because I want it a little bit. There we go. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. You know, you just got to be careful when you're buying on eBay as to what you're getting or not getting, as the case may be, because they do have the duplicate decks out now of the Albano Waite. Now this one is not a duplicate because this is the original paper that they did it in, which is different than what they're using now. But what this deck was a misprint, okay? So this was rejected by the company, and I'm sure he bought this at some sort of a garage sale or something. But for me, this is quite fine. I'm quite happy with it being the way it is because, like I said, I cut my decks down anyway, which I am going to do because I like to have it like this. When I finish with this deck, it will be cut down like this. And I'll have one that's not all dirtied up like this one is. Yeah, this deck is just so bad. So dirtied up. Okay. So I am going to work on that today. I think I'll do the edging on this deck a different color so that I just don't, by some means, you know, get them confused one with the other. So on that note, I'm going to leave this here, go get something refreshing to drink, have some more sparkling water, and I'm going to enjoy the rest of the day. Yeah. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you online.